All right, I'm the flatratemaster. Today we're doing an updated tour of my roll cart, my JSC 770. Now, quick note on the JSC 770, it is no longer made. They have discontinued it. It is now updated to the 773. They've improved some things, made it beefier, etc., etc. I don't have one. Daniel's roll cart is a 773. So, all right, starting off, obviously, stainless steel top. On the lid of my roll cart, I have these mag rails, a 12-inch and 24-inch from Mac. Up here, I've got a couple rotor screw bolts. If you work on Toyotas, you know what those are for, pressing off a rotor that's stuck. I've got my gear wrench set of swivel extensions, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, and 15. I've got a T30 in 1/4 inch from Matco, Silver Eagle. If you work on Volkswagens, you know why I have this. I've got a little lineup stud, M6 bolt. If you've ever done a timing belt on those old Hondas with the dual pulleys, you know why you have that. If you get a pump that doesn't have the alignment notch, it can be fun to line everything up. All right, then I've got a 10mm chrome swivel from Snap-on. Hey, another T30. 1/4 inch 3/8 adapter, M5, Snap-on hex. The reason it's up here is I lost it, found it after I bought a new one. So, couple knives, cut boxes open. Up here, I've got a custom T55 or T60, I forget what it is, but it's custom ground specifically for Jeep oil filters on the 4.0 that are right next to the frame. Also comes in handy for Volvo serpentine belts. Up on this plate, just random bolts. I also have a couple of more alignment studs. I just keep them up here because otherwise I'll put them somewhere and they'll get lost. A couple random screws, random extra nuts, stuff like that. I'm running out of these, but I tore down a couple Honda V6 engines and I saved all the timing belt screws because, well, they always seem to go missing and you need a little more. So in case you drop one, I got one up here. I have a custom ground Mac 10mm. This is perfect for the Jeep 3/8 EGR valves. Put it on a thin ratchet. Got enough in there to get it around the dipstick and not have to mess with the dipstick. Some other random screws and stuff. I've got the Matco #1 Phillips magnet up here. All right, side trays. I've got my Matco side tray sitting here. Got bolts from the car that's sitting right there. More bolts from the car that's sitting right there. I've got rags. Various bolts that I grabbed a bunch of, didn't put back. They just sit in this Toyota cup because I'm letting it dry. You know, they always get full of oil if you don't drain the cup, which I never do. Well, here's the money shot. On the side of my roll cart, Matco air chuck in orange. I just leave it hanging on the side of my cart like that during the day. When I go home, I do that. All right, up here, I've got mag rails. You'll notice a theme. These are extra sockets, an extra 10mm magnet, screwdriver, magnetic bit, 13, 10, E-Torx, chrome swivels, a regular swivel, just various little sockets like a 1/2 inch to remove those stupid lead battery terminals, 1/4 inch for those hose clamps, adapters from Matco, and a little stubby extension, extra Snap-on screwdriver. Over here, I've got magnetic bits. Oh, yay. Well, Robbie gets to warranty that because it's missing the magnet. I don't know where the magnet went to, but there you go. Magnetic sockets over here. Unfortunately, because I don't have a snap-on guy and I broke my other short extension, this is the shortest that Matco had. I've got an SK coming. We'll see if that works out, but I like having a bunch of those little short extensions. They come in really handy for just spacing out a little bit more. All right, over here, I've got vessel number 3 and number 2 impactor screwdrivers. Best screwdriver ever for Phillips, especially if you work on Japanese cars. They're JIS standard. Long snap-on screwdriver and complete set of Matco pry bars in orange, of course. The rest of my flathead, you know, pry bars slash straight screwdrivers, Matco. All right, over here, some stuff has changed, some stuff has not. Trash. I cleaned it up, but not super great because I didn't. Back here, I've got my snap-on impact swivels in standard length. In front of them on a mag rail, that's a mechanics organizer. Back here, I've got my mid-length Matco swivels. I also have spark plug sockets on the same rail, 5/8 that I never use, 14 or 9/16 and a swivel 14 and another broken snap-on pocket pry bar. Back here, I keep clamps for hood struts, my Matco semi-deep impact sockets, my snap-on set of shallow impact sockets with a 22 Matco, and I have a 22 Matco chrome in that set as well. For some reason, 22 is real hard to come by in impact. I don't know why. Probably can find it, but I use those every now and then. In front of it, I've got the Astro kit in the really shallow 3/8. Over here, I've got my Matco Silver Eagle torque set. And then over here, I've got a Blue Point set of triple squares. Here, I've got my snap-on with a mix of some Matco stuff. Don't buy the old Matco stuff. These small ones are Matco. These are the old Armstrong. Do not recommend those at all. Don't use them often, but up here, I've got the snap-on hex golds, snap-on set of deeper swivels, mix set, not that great. I prefer the Matco design, chrome swivel, and up here I've got a Mac 11 millimeter for Jeep brakes, Jeep brakes. All right, back here I've got weighted socket for Honda timing belts, 19 millimeter. Back here I've got a set of Matco impact sockets from 10 to 21, and then 22 and 24 are snap-on. These are the US made, not the ADV. And then in front of it, on a mag rail again, I've got a Matco universal swivel impact, and then 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, and 24 in mostly Matco, but I've got 2 snap-ons. I've got a Matco set of lug nut sockets with the protective coating on them. Over here, I've got a set of Matco long and short, mid-length bit drivers. Over here, I've got the Mac RBT sockets for hex. Back here I've got Matco impact sockets up to 14, I believe. In front of it I've got the magnetic versions. For some reason I was doing a Jeep or something like that, and the 22 didn't fit right, but the Astro 7/8 fit better, so that's why I have that still here. Okay, in front of that I've got my semi-deep Matco impact sockets in 1/4 inch up to 15, and then I've got the money, which is these 1/4 inch impact swivels from, again, Matco. Use the snot out of these. For years I used the ADV set, and I've since upgraded to those. 2 90-degree picks, and if you notice they're really clean, well, that's because they're new. I don't know what happened to my other picks, but both my picks just disappeared completely. One was orange, one was green. No idea where they happened. All right, for ratchets up here, I've got my Matcos. My Matco locking flex heads in long and standard length. All right, on this side, I've got the Matco bit extension kit with sockets. They're flip sockets. So 8 and 10, 10 and 12. I've done a review. I've done a new tools video on these. They work well. I don't use them super often because I normally just grab the right socket, but every now and then when you know you've got a mix of 8 and 10, I can grab this and use the impact driver. All right, over on this side, got a mirror, a 140 Torx extension that just haven't done anything with. Some long screwdrivers, one from Monster. Got a random Phillips over here. Long snap-on with a really fine tip. My old Mac straight pry bar. Love that. My longer Matco pry bar, and apparently I'm missing a tool. My snap-on panel clip tool has gone missing. I've got the smooth snap-on hose tool, which works really well. I've got a couple different versions of the plastic clip tools from Matco. A straight snap-on pry bar. And then I've got a couple magnets stuck under here. All right, the wrench drawer. We're going to start with up here. We got a 24 from Snap-on, the straight 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19 Snap-ons. Really don't use these much anymore. If I need this kind of style, I just grab my gear wrenches, which we'll get to in a little bit. Got a set of the double ratcheting flex head mountain style wrenches. These are actually from Matco because I don't have a mountain dealer around here anymore, and I break the 12, 14 enough that I need to have them warranted, so I just stepped up and bought the set from Matco. Yes, they are made by the same manufacturer. Yes, I know that, but warranty is important for me because I'm lazy. 1/2 inch, 7/16 and 3/8 snap-on wrenches just for random SAE fasteners I run into. Snap-on set from 10 millimeter up to 22 with a random 21 Mac in there. Original set I bought was to 19, and then I've added the 20, 21s and 22s and all that since then. I've got a gear wrench set from 8 to 19. The 9 is in my toolbox. How often do you use a 9 wrench? With an 8 millimeter Mac wrench for bleeding brakes. E-Torx ratcheting wrench from Gear Wrench. Matco O2 sensor wrench. Some random pins for tensioners. Mac tools. flex head ratcheting wrenches. Oh, come on. S-hook. Oh, there's one of my picks. There's my other pick. Well, that's nice. I don't know how they wound up there because they don't go there. They stay on my top of my roll cart. A couple different Matco scrapers. Every now and then I'll use them. A large valve stem tool for AC, paint pens, including a new one in orange. Belt wear tool, tire depth gauge, a brake gauge set, and my Ghidorah double-ended wrench set up to 27. Love this set, comes in very handy. They're not expensive. I also have a 9mm regular wrench because I actually don't have a high quality 9mm. I just got this Craftsman, and then a stubby 11 again for bleeding brakes. More rotor pin tools. All right, next drawer down, gear wrench set of spark plug sockets. I still haven't gotten this one warranted from the Chrome. Been mostly using the Astro kit, testing it out, but over here I've got a 17mm left over from the wrench test. 17mm Mac, Harbor Freight, yes, Harbor Freight, hex, 22 and 22 and a half flip socket. The rest of the ones are in my toolbox. A 13mm hex. This was for dropping the spare tire on Transit Connects. I don't see them anymore, but I haven't put it anywhere. Matco ratchet with the rotary head, oil filter sockets, extensions, locking extensions, bit wrench. Ooh. Stubby ratchets, stud installer, locking extensions in 3/8 and 1/4 inch from Matco, my Astro ratchet, my Sunex bit driver kit, more extensions, my Matco big boy goes down here. My Astro stubby sockets are on the roll cart, of course up to 24.5 inch. My snap-on set of 12 points. My E-Torx long 10mm socket for European cars, and then I've got a Matco set that are a little more shorter. Of course, all my new Astro ratchets are here, ready to go. Gear wrench set of swivels, stubby set of 1/4 inch, and snap-on plier drawer. All right, starting over here, I've got my Cornwell pick set. Love this set. I will be very sad when they break because we don't have a Cornwell dealer anymore. The best panel clip tool on the market. Love that. Mueller cups, scrapers. They are authorized copies of the Super Scraper. Great tool, love them. Used this one today. Pliers, 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 more pliers. AST hose clamp pliers. The Mac hose clamp pliers. My favorite set of needle nose from Snap-on. Of course, got the Van pliers. Every YouTuber's toolbox has to have a set of Van pliers, just required. I paid for those, by the way. Milwaukee scissors, Nipex little tiny needle nose, Snap-on pliers, best panel popper tool on the planet. I actually have 3 of these. I've got one that's powder coated orange, and I've got these 2 in the toolbox. Little 90-degree big pick. Panel popper from Matco. Toyota rubber grease. Great for lubing O-rings. Some panel tools that I really don't use much anymore. Quick disconnect tools. Those stupid European air injection lines and all those tools from AST. Volkswagen connector tool. All right, this drawer, I've got my gear wrench set of ratcheting box end. These are what I go to nowadays instead of the snap-on. Sacrilegious, I know, but they work very well. I keep various oil drain plug gaskets up here. Over here I've got security torques, deep well E-torques, snap-on swivels. Really need to get rid of that gear wrench kit, but I still haven't. Stubby Vim triple squares, swivel from Vim, couple random SAE hex, stubby Vim hex, stubby snap-on hex, ball hex from Snap-on, my set of long triple squares from Vim. Over here, Snap-on, ball hex long and standard hex, and then lug bolt tools for various Europeans. I've got the plastic tray for my gear wrench set of extended swivels on top of my set of mid-length and long Torx bits from Vim. Love that set. 3-bond, because you know, 3-bond. I've got my hood prop tool here. Full set of swivel E-torques down here as well from Vim. And then I've got a couple weighted sockets in 21 and 22 over here on this end. All right, the next drawer down, well, it's Team Red. All right, so starting over here, got my 1-key 1/2-inch impact M18. Love this tool, constantly used. My 3/8 mid torque. Used it today because my stubby 3/8 was over on the other lift and I was too lazy to walk over and get it. Or my 1/2-inch stubby impact. These two, the 3/8 and the 3/8 and the 1/2-inch get used constantly. 1/4-inch impacts, the stubby and the older model. Stubby impact driver. The right angle impact, which is okay. Extended 3/8. Old school 3/8, which I use to run spark plugs down, just so I get them flush. I don't torque them with this. I just run them down with this. Works really well. I found if you try to run them down with this, it's really easy to torque it down, so I'd rather hand torque it, so I still keep that in the cart. Standard length and extended reach 1/4-inch. Use this constantly. All right, over in this corner is my rotor cleaning tools. Hub cleaning tool from OTC. Ingersoll Rand with a wire bit. Milwaukee die grinder with Rolock for cleaning hubs. I did a video on that, so I'll link it here. All right, that's the Milwaukee drawer. When their new model of when their new model of mid-torque comes out, obviously that'll get pulled out for that. All right, the final drawer is, well, Miscellaneous. I've got all my hammers, including my snap-on brass hammers. Well, Thor, my snap-on 48 ounce, my Matco dead blows, some wood, ratchet strap, some shop towels, where I keep my oil filter sockets, and if you look over there, I keep all of my axle sockets down here on mag grips. And then I've got some Mac wedges that I haven't really used much. I thought I'd use them more than I have, but I keep them here. All right, a couple more little items. I've got this Vim can holder, and it is stuck to the side of my cart with magnets from Home Depot. It's designed to sit on a lip, but it doesn't work with this cart. On the back of the cart, I keep my magnet trays. Again, another holder of miscellaneous fasteners. Orange magnet tray, of course. I keep a blowgun on the side of my cart, along with bungee straps and tarp straps. And then over here, I keep a magnetic box with my gloves. And in case you're wondering, that's the brand we get from the Glove Lady. So I hope you enjoyed the updated look at my JSC 770 roll cart. As always, thanks for watching. Kind of looks like I got a black eye. As always, thanks for watching. I am the Flat Rate Master.